Hi, I'm Kelly Metcalf, and I'm responsible for diversity, inclusion, and wellbeing across Fujitsu Northwestern Europe. So I lead our inclusion and wellbeing strategy and firmly believe that there is a direct correlation between the extent that colleagues feel included and able to be completely themselves at work and the extent to which they experience positive levels of wellbeing in the workplace. With both wellbeing and inclusion in mind, we seek to measure the experiences in relation to wellbeing of diverse groups of our workers. And one thing that we observed very early on in the pandemic, as a result of more remote working for the vast majority of our colleagues, was that employee engagement levels generally were increasing, in fact, by 11 percentage points. But that increase was even more marked for female colleagues. And we sought to understand what's the reason behind this. And when we asked employees, the reason was really clear. And this is based on survey feedback from over 15,000 colleagues across our region. Female colleagues, especially, were telling us they valued greater levels of flexibility that our flexible by default approach to work location and working hours enabled. We saw our work-life balance scores from employees go up from 69% to 73% in the really early days of the pandemic. And that's despite all of the many challenges that we all will appreciate the pandemic presented. In that context, we were really keen to learn from that insight when setting out our commitment to future ways of working. So this feedback directly helped to inform and establish our hybrid work approach and how we've really openly committed to much greater flexibility for all of our colleagues. Looked at employee engagement for the workforce overall. We then break that down by diverse groups. So we look at engagement through the lens of gender, ethnicity, age, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, and caring responsibilities, because that helps us to notice where there are differences in experience. But specifically with the challenge that we set ourselves for Work Your Way, which is our commitment to future ways of working, we wanted to understand the impact of that directly on female colleagues. Why we wanted to understand that? We work in a sector which is represented by a workforce that is just under 30% female. So attracting and retaining female talent is a real strategic priority for us if we're going to benefit from the diversity of thought and perspectives that we need. So we also monitor specifically female hiring rates, female attrition, and female sentiment compared to other genders in relation to work-life balance. So the impact is both measurable quantitatively, but also qualitatively in terms of the feedback that we gather from colleagues. In terms of the measures of success, we've been able to observe for the last 12 months plus that female attrition continually tracks lower than male attrition, which is a key priority for us, as I mentioned, in relation to retaining the diverse talent that we need.